they said it would pay to overlook that last start failure. Lord Buster tightening up to $3.20. Coup de Pied has had a let-up. He hasn't had a run for about 9 weeks. He's had 2 starts so far, a second at Riccarton at his first start in a 1,200-metre maiden, and then he was beaten about 5 lengths at Ashburton in a 1,200-metre maiden on the 14th of April. And Sebastopol, number 3, is the other one, $7.30, a 3-year-old, another one trained at the track, and another one who's only had the 2 starts. Third at Riccarton at his first start, and then beaten about 3 lengths at Riccarton last start. He's had a freshen up since. Then Legatus 11. Now where's number 6? There you go, Odessa into $2.90. It's really firmed up now to be more comparable to its price in New Zealand. So from 15 straight into $2.90 and firming up all the time, the first starter. And they're moving in well, so let's head to New Zealand for the first of our Riccarton races.
It's the only thing that will go against her, but he's quite talented. So they're all in the gates. They've got in the gates very early. Welcome our Australian audience to viewing today as they jump out, the 3-year-olds. And Royal Ale began well down on the inside. Scorpio's a little slow wide out on the track. Lord Buster's going up towards the lead with Cope de Pied. Odessa just in behind horses then as they race across the top. And Heartthrob is handy enough to them as well. So as they sort themselves in the first 200 metres, Lord Buster, Cope de Pied and Heartthrob. They're the first 3. Royal Ale hugs the rail. Just in behind horses then in the bright pink cap. They were followed by Walker's Joy. It's stablemate Jan Slater outside that. Prince Doors wider. And they were followed in behind horses then just drifting a bit as Legatus. Now Odessa's got well off the pace. The filly is under a hard ride. Just not staying with them and also well back. All that glitters. And the tail ender at this stage of the race as they come into the straight is Sebastopol. 400 metres left to run. And it's Lord Buster being challenged by Cope de Pied and Heartthrob. Royal Ale just in behind horses. They were joined by Jan Slater, just drifting a little bit in the pink cap, and the centre now is Walker's Joy. Down inside the last 150 though, and Lord Buster getting the best of Cope de Pied, and further out on the track is Royal Ale's finishing out pretty well. Lord Buster, Royal Ale going to the line nicely though, and Royal Ale is going to win the 3-year-old event. Gets home to win it from Lord Buster. What a finish from the favourite Odessa. Came from a mile back to get third, and it's just nailed Cope de Pied for third money. Right with it, Heartthrob. It was followed over on the outside of runners then when they crossed by Scorpio. Then on the inside of those, Jan Slater. Next in the centre was All That Glitters, Prince D'Or. And it was followed home at the head of the rest by Walker's Joy. And well back is Legatus and also Sebastopol.
13, 2 and 6, race 1, New Zealand. Number 13, Royal Ale, ridden by the apprentice rider M.L. Hampton, using a 2-kilo claim. The bottom weight getting up 2. Lord Buster running second, just getting a little bit tired, hit the front, but Royal Ale grabbed him in the last 25 or 50 metres. And the favourite Odessa storming home, a huge run by the favourite number 6 in third spot. So 13, 2 and 6, race 1, New Zealand, and we'll stand by for the across-the-line New South Wales TAB dividends, but I expect that winner to be pretty rough. It was about $25 on the New Zealand TAB. So 13.26, race 1 at New Zealand, and more New Zealand racing to come. Our next race will come from the Ellerslie racecourse at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's continue our info going in. $2.60 for Earl's Choice, $4 Rose of Charlie, and $5.40 for Smart Hunter and Apache Dream. Strong money for the one in New Zealand. Let's go there.
And Riccarton, one of the first to jump out the grey, going with it Apache Dream. Parked out a bit in the early part now is Smart Hunter, and getting back on in behind horses is Rose of Tralee with the head in the air. So the leader now is Riccarton, the visitor led by a length now from on the inside Apache Dream. Then La Trion's getting a nice run on the rails. Rose of Tralee still pulling a little hard from next behind it Keen, then followed by next Earl's Choice. And Smart Hunter is last as they work up the rise, leaving the straight. Riccarton led for Jimmy Collett by a couple of lengths. Apache Dream in second place, and La Trion getting a beautiful run on the inside for Duplessis. They followed Rose of Tralee in the blue colours. A length back behind it is Keen, then followed Earl's Choice, and last is Smart Hunter as they work to the far side. 1,500 metres to go, and no change in the racing order. Riccarton getting along at a good old rate from Apache Dream is second, then third on the inside La Trion. A length back Rose of Tralee just ahead of Keen, then followed Earl's Choice, and then Smart Hunter is last as they work down 1,300 metres to go. Riccarton still in front for Jimmy, about a length clear from on the outside Apache Dream. Right there La Trion's getting a beautiful run. Rose of Tralee is still next, then followed Keen on the inside. A half back to Earl's Choice as they work up the rise on the far side, and Smart Hunter is still last. About 1,000 to go, and the leader still Albercan. 3 parts from Apache Dream makes its move. Right there, Lartrion on the inside hasn't moved. Rosa Trelise a half length away. Keen on the inside of Earl's Choice still. And 2 back to Smart Hunter as down the rise they race now. 900 metres to travel. Albercan getting along okay. The 800 metres about a half length on Apache Dream. Then coming wide on the track now, Earl's Choice sprints round for Trudy. On the inside, Lartrion still hasn't moved. Rose of Trelise now being kicked along a bit. 2 to Keen and then Smart Hunter. Around the corner they come, 550 metres to go, and Albercan on the inside of Apache Dream are the 2 leaders. On the outside now is Earl's Choice, and then Lartrion's having to be kicked along now. Around the turn and into the straight, Albercan's led throughout. Apache Dream's going to it quickly on the outside, and here's Earl's Choice out after the 2. 250 metres to go. Apache Dream hit the lead. Albercan's not done with yet, though, still coming at it, and out wider Earl's Choice is joined. 3-horse war here. Apache Dream the centre. Albercan on the inside fights again for Jimmy Collett and Earl's Choice. Racing into the last 100 on the inside. Albercan just from Apache Dream and out wide Earl's Choice, but Albercan kicked out to win it. Led all the way. It's close second. Earl's Choice out wide, and on the inside of it Apache Dream. Not much between them. A gap of about 8 to Smart Hunter, then followed Lartrion was disappointing, then followed Rose of Trelise, and last home was Keen. Well, desperate ride there by Jimmy Collett, but he's got it up. Number 7, Albercan. Here it is. Just ducks out a wee bit too, so I just hope there's no intros there. But in the centre, Apache Dream all but hit the lead here. And there's on the outside Earl's Choice and Trudy Collett trying desperately. Now, see this horse just duck out a little bit. Jimmy put the whip away. Hands and heels he goes to the post, and the grey horse, it's led all the way, has got there. Outside, I think, possibly for second, which is Earl's Choice, and Apache Dream photos second and third.
All right, we'll stand by for those minor placings. It's a photo between 2 Earl's Choice and 5 Apache Dream. That's for second, no doubt about the winner. Albercan, ridden by Jim Collett. And correct weight on the first of our New Zealand races. Weight is right. Still having some trouble getting dividends, though, with these computer problems that we are experiencing this morning, causing us quite a few headaches. 7 and a...
To join them, quite a big field. Miss Collins, Miss Epinay, Miss Claudette, and also called Trumps well supported. So David Ruff has them under his care at the 1400 metres and should be sent on their way any second. They're racing, and the Puff jumped pretty well on the inside, and so did Miss Collins, and going out with them called Trumps and Capra Lakes in that first 4. A little wider out to Darcy Collins, and amongst them Miss Epinay and Drought Buster jog away, trying to get around the outside of them now is Hot Shot Benny, just drifting a little bit off the first half a dozen or so. Well, Lady Midas just on the back of the first half a dozen or so. Then there's a gap of about 2 lengths behind those to Mr. Rainman. It's being tracked up on the inside by Amazed. Madame Cholet's got back, and Miss Carnotto, that's the Puff that's drifted back a long last. Down the side, 800 metres left to run, and Call Trumps the favourites in front by 3/4 of a length now. Hot Shot Benny is right there. Jog Away is 3 wide, right on their quarters. They come up to the turn. Is Miss Collins. It was followed down on the inside of them by Darcy Collins, and over on the outside Lady Midas. Heading the rest as they come towards the turn, Miss Epinay and Miss Claudette back on the inside. They race for the home turn now. Wide out our Madame Cholet, and a bit further back to Mr. Rainman at the head of the rest. They're in the straight, 400 metres to go now, and Hot Shot Benny gets to the front, but Jog Away is angling up 3 wide. Still there's Call Trumps. They were followed about 4 lengths away then by Miss Epinay and Miss Collins and our Madame Cholet. At the moment it's Hot Shot Benny the inside, just holding out the challenge of Jog Away. Hot Shot Benny and Jog Away and Call Trumps and Miss Epinay coming through the pack, but as they race to the line, Hot Shot Benny wins it. Hot Shot Benny, Jog Away, Miss Epinay, and they were followed over on the outside of those then by our Madame Cholet. Call Trumps was next across Miss Collins, a gap of 5 lengths to Lady Midas, then Darcy Collins, and after those Mr. Rainman. It was followed by Miss Claudette, then came just on the outside of all of those the Puff, and also well back as Capra Lake, along with Drought Buster and Amazed.
A 3-year-old only having his second start, number 5 Hot Shot Benny, $17 for the win and $4.50 for a place. 7 Jog Away, $2.60 another placing. He's finding it hard to break through. And 9 Miss Epinay at $2.50. 5, 7 and 9 will be the placings across the line on race 3 at New Zealand. Our next race to come from New Zealand will be from Ellerslie, the fourth.
And up okay, just Bourbon out a bit, Clever Devil the outside, they're off, and they jumped as one. Shafensky first to break, Promise Keeper going with it, just Bourbon working up on the outside of the two, fairly well bunched behind the leaders though, then followed the Flint is there, Clever Devil's parked out, Regal Kroner on the rails, Maserati the favourite drifts back with Hey Jay, and back with it Rengi Po Boy, and last is the Manipulator. Up the rise they go, 1100 metres to travel, and the pace taken by just Bourbon, 3 parts of a length. Shafensky right there, Clever Devil, then followed the Flint, 2.5 back, Regal Kroner passed by Promise Keeper, Clever Devil still out a bit, and then followed by Maserati is back, and Hey Jay the one on the outside. They followed back then by Rengi Po Boy, and then 1.5 the Manipulator is down the rise. They race 700 metres to go, and the leader just Bourbon, tackled now by Clever Devil on the outside, 2 back Shafensky from, then the Flint, followed Hey Jay on the out, 3 deep from on the inside. Next is Regal Kroner between the two, Promise Keeper, then Rengi Po Boy on the inside. Maserati, your favourite, is last, and back with it the Manipulator. Around the turn they come, heading into the straight, 450 out. Just Bourbon led them in from Clever Devil, 2.5 to the Flint, then battling away Shafensky on the inside. Promise Keeper is moving up wide and now threading its way through Maserati, 4 off the pace though, and Rengi Po Boy's on the outside. The Flint hit the lead, Rengi Po Boy's coming with it, Clever Devil is next, then Maserati, but it's Rengi Po Boy. The Flint is still sticking grimly on the inside, the two of them. It's Rengi Po Boy, the Flint on the inside, might be doing a shade the better. It is the Flint beat Rengi Po Boy. Clever Devil lasted for third, then followed Promise Keeper. Maserati was fifth, then followed Regal Kroner, then Hey Jay, then followed the Manipulator. Shafensky was the next one, and just Bourbon, the pacemaker, drifted out last. So the Flint, the visitor, gets there for Mark Duplessis. Just
Yes, he's kicked back on the inside, the greater win. Number 4, the Flint, $8.50 and $2.60 for a place. 2, Rengi Po Boy at $2.60 and 9, Clever Devil at $3.20. So past the post, it'll be 4-2-9, and we'll stand by for the full list of TAB dividends there on race 4 from New Zealand. The next race to come from New Zealand is timed to go at 10:57 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that will be coming from Riccarton. It's New Zealand race 5, and the next race will be a steeplechase over 2 miles. Let's have a look at the figures. And Tactic 2 Joe B.O. $2, 3 Shorebird $7.20, 4 Bravehearts out, 5 I'm a Highlander $13, 6 Tap the Barrel $4.90, and 7 Tight Edge at $22. The ratings here went 2, 1 and 3. 2 Joe B.O. they had marked as a big special. He was well clear of his nearest rivals, and especially with the scratching of Braveheart, who was expected to be his biggest danger. So a strong tip for Joe B.O. number 2. We've had 4 races so far, and we've had a few problems with our computers, so bringing you up to date with the results. Number 13 took the first Royal Ale, ridden by Maria Hampton, $33, $10 and $9. 2 Lord Buster $2, and 6 Odessa was third, $1.10. The first Quinella was $74.30, the Exacta was $202.90, and the Trifecta was $1,626.40. Race 2 was taken out by 7 Al Burkhan, ridden by Jim Collett, $774 on the New South Wales TAB. 2 Earl's Choice $270, 5 Apache Dream no third dividend, $21 Quinella, $169.30 the Exacta, Trifecta $130.40 on New Zealand race 2. New Zealand race 3, and the winner was number 5 Hot Shot Benny, ridden by Jamie Bullard, $17.50 and $4.60 New South Wales. 7 Jogaway $260, 9 Miss Epinay $260, Quinella $39.30. The Exacta was $190 and the Trifecta $791.20. And New Zealand race 4 was taken out by 4 the Flint, ridden by Mark Duplessis at $8.50 and $260, 2 Rengi Po Boy $260, 9 Clever Devil $320, New South Wales Quinella 22 even, Exacta $25.10, Trifecta $578.50. Hope you've had some luck so far on the New Zealand races from Ellerslie and Riccarton. Joe B.O. all the rage here at 190 for the steeplechase, and let's take you trackside.
Coming into the barrier. Tactics is the last line out. Joe B.O. is the favourite of the race.
Just the 6 of them. And David Ruff about to send them on their journey. They're racing in the Pinegull Guinness Homeby Steeplechase, and one of the best out, Jobio, as always, going straight for the front. Shorebird and Tactician at the first fence, the carriage paddock up and over they go. Tide Edge was next, Tap the Barrel in the centre, and just easing to the back of the field is I'm a Highlander. So down the straight they come now, and they've jumped the first. They're approaching the first of the stand double, and Jobio and Terry Kennedy about to measure it down, face up to it ahead of Shorebird. Up and over they go again. Tactician, I'm a Highlander's improved rather sharply and ranges up outside in third spot. They run to the second of the double. Over in fourth spot, Tight Edge, Tactician just a wee bit cautious about his jumping, and Tap the Barrel goes to the back of the 6-horse field. So they head into the back now. About 2,300 metres left to run. Jobio the favourite for the race, the leader. Shorebird's about a length and a half back. I'm a Highlander 2.5 away. Tactician back on the inside of Tight Edge, and at the tail end of the field is Tap the Barrel, racing towards Cuts' Brush now, and the big fence only jumped once in the Homeby Steeplechase, and they're approaching it where the leader is Jobio, and he measures it now and he jumps it well. Shorebird, a poor jump by I'm a Highlander, just lost about 3 lengths, dropped back to about 50 outside. Tactician shot through to third. I'm a Highlander improves around the outside again. Then Tight Edge and Tap the Barrel, they race towards Hazlitt's Brush, another big fence over in the back, and Shorebird measures up with Jobio and takes the lead. So Shorebird is now the leader from Jobio, Tactician third. I'm a Highlander neck away with 1,600 to run. Tight Edge 2 lengths back, another 2 away to Tap the Barrel. The 6-horse field 6 lengths apart. They race now to Shaw's Brush, and Shorebird jumps it eagerly and well. Over in second spot, Jobio. In third is I'm a Highlander, Tactician fourth, the inner, only about 2 or 3 lengths from the leader, and 2 lengths away to Tight Edge, another 2 to Tap the Barrel. Heading down to the kennels, double the first of them by the 1,200 metres. Shorebird, Jobio, over goes Tactician, I'm a Highlander, Tight Edge, and Tap the Barrel 2 lengths away. They head out of the back now, start on the big turn, over by the 1,000 metres. The Air New Zealand will be the next fence on the journey, and Shorebird's the leader. It's Shorebird at the Air New Zealand, jumps it beautifully over by Jobio, only about 3/4 away. Then I'm a Highlander, Tactician moving through between them. Tight Edge now is making a bit of a burst, goes up 3 wide outside the leaders, and dropping back to last is Tap the Barrel. They race past the 800 metres, head now on the far side to Jumbo, and Shorebird, he flies it over ahead of Tight Edge. Oh, there's I'm a Highlander, landed rather awkwardly, almost unseated its jockey, but got back and is back at the tail of the field. In the meantime, Shorebird comes round the turn from Tight Edge. Tactician, Jobio, Tap the Barrel, and 5 lengths to I'm a Highlander. Round the corner they come, 500 metres left and 1 fence left, and Tight Edge is the leader as they race in towards it now. Tight Edge in his maiden steeplechase attempt. He's had a few starts but never a win, and coming through again, Jobio, Shorebird, Tight Edge, and back on the inside, Tap the Barrel, Tactician a bit further away, and I'm a Highlander. Jobio though, and Terry Kennedy is full of confidence down towards the line. Tight Edge showing plenty of spirit on the flat though, and Tight Edge coming up on the outside just a bit more quick, or a bit quicker, and Tight Edge gets his first steeplechase win over Jobio. Tap the Barrel got through to third, Shorebird was fourth, and then there's a gap of 5 lengths away to Tactician, and last in was I'm a Highlander. So Tight Edge, Barry Jones gets up to win it, trained by Lynn Melville at Washdyke. Looked a big danger round the bend, just about out-jumped at the last fence, but once the jumping was over, Tight Edge, a reasonably capable horse on the flat as an open grade galloper, and has gone on a little the better to the line to win it.
Well, JBO, the long odds-on favourite, looked to have it won. There he is in front in the greens we've had, but Kalichi, number 1, who was just denied a maiden win at Ellerslie last start, went down by a short half head behind False Claim. That was 12 days ago. He's had the 2 runs in, didn't do a great deal first up, but certainly showed improvement last time out. 4.30. Payden at 4.70 to be ridden by Noel Harris, who we've seen here in Australia on many occasions. Go Bobby Go 7, 6.80 My Marguerite, 8.70 Cryptic, 8.50 Cruise Star, Harlequin 9.80. Best tips for Kalichi, number 1, very, very keen to the New Zealand punters on Kalichi, to be ridden by Linda Ballantyne, ahead of 4 My Marguerite, 2 Payden and 7 Cruise Star. 1, 4, 2, 7 were the top 4 tips in race 6 at New Zealand. Kalichi 450. They're ready to run, and we'll continue with our Australian previews soon, but right now to New Zealand.
They're off. And My Margarita's first to break. Go Bobby Go's going after it. Also Better Off Single and Karaka Can being kicked up to going behind the leaders. Khaleesi working round wide. Wider still is Harlequin. And then a length to Cryptic, then Cruise Star. The next one then Payton, and last Mr. Coke. So down the rise they race. Now 900 metres out, and My Margarita just from Harlequin on the outside. Between the two, Karaka Can. Khaleesi's only a length away. Then two back. Then is Better Off Single. Payton is next. Then between horses now is Cryptic with an end Mr. Coke. And two to Cruise Star is last. Around the corner they come, 600 metres to travel, and My Margarita the inside. Go Bobby Go is there. Karaka Can is between the two and out wide. Harlequin. Khaleesi's camped in behind the leaders with Payton as they come round the corner. Two back behind them now. Better Off Single on the inside, and coming wide Mr. Coke. Into the straight, Harlequin just the leader. Khaleesi now looms up on the outside, and Payton's coming with it. Khaleesi shot to the front, 300 metres to go. Payton's the chaser on the outside, and Cruise Star starting to whack away behind these. Down the straight, Khaleesi now. Cruise Star on the inside's about 2 lengths away, and Payton on the outside. Khaleesi is holding Cruise Star, which is winding up late. Khaleesi still in front with a fair bit. Khaleesi's in front, going to beat Cruise Star second. Payton was third, then fourth home was Harlequin. Next behind this lot then were Cryptic, then followed home behind this lot was Mr. Coke, Karaka Can, Go Bobby Go, My Margarita, and Better Off Single was the last one home.
1, 7 and 2, Linda Ballantyne and Kalichi number 1 at $4.80 for a win and $1.80 for a place. 7 Cruise Star, $2.50, and 2 Payton at $1.80. 1, 7 and 2 across the line, race 6 at New Zealand. And we've got about 20 minutes before our next New Zealand race, and that'll be race 7 New Zealand. It'll be coming from Riccarton. So a bit too early to give you some figures, but we'll keep you up to date with those when as we draw nearer to post time. In the meantime, let's go back to Doomben, back to Alan Thomas and Larry Olsen. Was number 7, Cruise Star at $2.40, and 2 Payton was third at $1.50. In New South Wales, the Quinella $18.80, the Exacta $46.10, the Trifecta $183.50, and the Extra Double 4 and 1 $36.60 with a special div of $6.30. That was race 6. Time for race 7 as we take you live to New Zealand.
So Lunar Night to join them. All in the gates, ready to run. How about a trip, the favourite? Lunar Night's drawn close in. 8-horse field. Tio Lotus having its first start in the south. Just about through the barrier there, racing, and they jump together. Best out in the centre. How about a trip over Janet's Chance and Tio Lotus joining them? So's Country Classic. They were followed in behind horses then by Flaming Nora Prescience. Janet's Choice now dropping back to about Janet's Chance. It is in about 5th spot. 2 lengths further back after those now with Likeable Lad and Lunar Night. Only about 6 lengths covering the field though as they head to the 1,000 metres, where How About a Trip being held on to by Lance Robinson, the leader. Tio right beside it, Tio Lotus, and Country Classic in the black moving up to Flaming Nora, followed by Prescience. Janet's Chance back on the inside. Likeable Lad and Lunar Night the next pair as they bunch up a bit going past the 800 metres. Still How About a Trip, a narrow leader. Tio Lotus a neck away, running third, Flaming Nora the inside, and Country Classic with that. Janet's Chance and Prescience next. Coming forward is Likeable Lad, and back on the inside to Lunar Night. Round the turn for home, 500 metres left to run, and the favourite How About a Trip joined by Tio Lotus the outside. Country Classic getting into the clear now to make its challenge in the black colours, and Janet's Chance wider on the track, and so's Likeable Lad at the moment with 300 metres to go. Tio Lotus the leader. How About a Trip being cuddled up by Lance Robinson, and over on the outside of it Janet's Chance. Then a bit further back we've got Flaming Nora at the moment. Tio Lotus now. How About a Trip starting to dig deep on the inside. Over on the outside to Janet's Chance. It's Tio Lotus going to the line well though, and Tio Lotus is going to get there. Tio Lotus gets home to win it from How About a Trip. Now tight photo for third here. We've got Prescience with trolled home pretty well to be in the photo along with Flaming Nora, and between the pair of them Janet's Chance, and there's little in that for third. They were followed then by Country Classic, gaps to Likeable Lad and Lunar Night.
8-3 and a photo 8. Tio Lotus $11.90 and $2.80 for a place. 3. How about a trip over there on the inside in the yellow and blue colours, $1.60. And for third, it's a photo. There's a couple of them there, including 4 Janet's Chance and 7 Pre-Science. So we'll leave it as 8-3 and a photo for the moment on race 7 at New Zealand. That's it for our trackside previews on Inside Running for this morning. Coming up next on Sky Channel and on Sky Racing, live racing from New Zealand and also from Australia. As we take a short break, a very promising stayer, Freemason, taking last week's Queensland Derby at...
And into the 2 gate, My Prize Miss. So they're set. 1,200 2-year-olds racing. And My Prize Miss bounced out of the stalls, going with it on Vaconce, and on the outside Millennial. Ellie Akbar's working up wide. On the inside then Dodge Viper working round at Nun's Chorus, and just in between those horses Mills, then followed her up by then 20th Century. IMAX is back a bit in wide, and then Hurricane Strike got back with 11 season. Last is Why Not Peter, racing in with 850 metres to go, and the leader now Ellie Akbar raced round to take over. On Vaconce is second, Millennial is next, then followed by Nun's Chorus. Next on the inside rail is My Prize Miss, and working round it on the outside now is Mills in that group as well, and up wide is IMAX is getting a bit handier, then followed round by 20th Century. 11sies is next, then Hurricane Strike between horses, and back is Dodge Viper. Around the turn they come, 450 to go, and the leader is Ellie Akbar now from on the outside. Millennial, they bumped a bit, those two back behind them now. 11sies down the outside late. Hurricane Strike is starting to wind up, one off the fence down the straight. Millennial hit the lead now from out wide on the track now. 11sies, and now Hurricane Strike, and on the inside is On Vaconce is there as well. Across the track they are out wide. 11sies from on the inside On Vaconce, and between the two Hurricane Strike racing to the post, and on the inside On Vaconce out wide. 11sies, it's close, I think. Very close either way. On Vaconce the inside. 11sies, and third at the line behind them was Hurricane Strike, then followed Why Not Peter, that dashed home late, then followed back behind these were Millennial, then followed 20th Century, then followed home by Ellie Akbar, Nun's Chorus, Dodge Viper, and well back also IMAX failed badly, then followed back by Mills, and back towards the rear, and I don't know here, but the inside might have just got there.
All right, it's On Vaconce on the inside, and 11sies to the right of the screen. And there's nothing in this. We'll just await for the result. So 11sies to the far outside of the track. Just lining them up, looks to be in front. On Vaconce on the inside, 11sies wide out, and they draw to the line locked together. This is a slow motion replay, and as they reach the line, heads up, heads down, it might be On Vaconce on the inside, just allowing for the angle. Could be the inside just over 11sies. All right, we might take you at